Guys, so I'm back, and as promised, I told you guys I would do a video about the upcoming interview I had with Ross University Medical School. If you guys haven't seen it, it's in my updated video, and I will link it somewhere on this screen so that you guys can go and check it out if you haven't already looked at it. So I'll try to be as thorough as possible about the interview without giving away too much, of course. Some part of the process has to be sacred or secret. But I will tell you guys a little bit about what I did to prepare myself and just about what it was like in general. As you guys know, I've applied to Caribbean medical schools. I only applied to two, Ross University and St. George's University. And since I last did that video, I was also extended an interview to St. George's. And I just did that interview a couple of days ago. So I'll make a video kind of outlining what the interview process was like with them as well. Like I said before, I want to keep you guys as updated as possible on my process. I want to be as transparent as possible, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. Also, if you're interested in this makeup look, I recorded a tutorial on how I did it as well. So you guys can also check that out, and I'll link that video as well. So as far as Ross, the application process is pretty straightforward. If you've already applied to United States medical schools using AMCAS or ACOMAS, you can just use that application and you can submit it to them. Like I said, I didn't apply to any schools in the States, so I just used the application that they had available on their site. It was pretty easy to follow. You still need references, you still need a personal statement, you still need transcripts, and things of that nature. So soon after I sent my application and my supporting documents, I was extended an interview, I want to say within that same week. So they're pretty quick about getting back with you. The next thing after I was extended an interview, they sent me a link that allowed me to schedule a day and a time that worked for me. They had a lot of different times and days available, so you are not very limited, and I found this to be helpful because I have two little kids, so I had to pick a day and a time that I could have the house to myself and have it quiet and really focus on the interview. The day of the interview, they sent me a reminder email, which I already created a reminder myself, but it's always nice to make sure that you didn't put the wrong time in your calendar. So they sent me an email to remind me the time and the day of the interview, and they also resent the link to access the interview when it was time. The interview was broken up into two portions, so I'm not sure how other medical schools conduct their interviews. This is my very first one, but it was actually a great interview. So it was broken up into two portions. The first portion was clinical scenarios. So they gave me two clinical scenarios, and then they gave me questions to follow. Even though I was applying for medical school, I wasn't particularly prepared for those questions. I didn't practice any, but what I have been doing in the past year is just reading a lot of material related to practicing medicine and just the field, all of the moral implications related to practicing medicine, all of the highs, the lows, the limitations, just reading anything that kind of caught my attention and just to broaden my knowledge on the field. And I found it to be extremely helpful when answering those questions. And so one book that I'm reading now, and it's just taking me forever to finish for some reason, is Being Mortal by, don't blame me if I say this wrong, but it's Atuwal Grande or something like that. I'll link it in the description box, but it basically talks about the process of aging and dying and how it's been treated in the field of medicine, past versus present. And I find the book to be really, really good and a really good eye-opener. So it's a good place to start. So when it comes to that, I would just say read as much as you can. Also, they of course asked me why that school, and I think most schools tend to ask that. So anytime you apply to a school and you get ready to interview with that school, it's really important that you read all that you can. So I used the school's website. I used any YouTube videos I could find on the school, because I prefer to watch videos than read. But I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I read a lot of the comments. I asked people that I knew that went to the school, just as much information as I can find out about them, to kind of see, you know, what really attracts me to them and what I like about them and don't like about them. The next part was anything related to like my resume or my transcript or just about me in general. So when it comes to that, I will say do not fabricate anything on your resume. You'll be asked certain details, and I think that it shows if you've actually experienced something or not. When somebody asks you details that, you know, you, I guess, wouldn't think about right off the bat. So I would say don't fabricate anything, and be familiar with your resume. Sometimes we write it, we set it aside, we don't really look at it. So before your interview, definitely read through your resume so that you know what all you've put on your resume, and you're prepared to answer any questions that they ask you about it. Then at the end, once we were done, she explained to me what would take place after the interview. She explained to me the decisions that could be made, and then she allowed me to ask any questions that I needed to ask. And she did an amazing job answering all of my questions. The interview was about an hour and 15 minutes long. I wasn't expecting it to be that long, but it became more of like a dialogue than a test or an interview. So I really enjoyed the process. I really enjoyed talking to the admissions counselor about the school. Even though she had only been there a year, I could see the passion that she had about the school, and she really believed in what they were offering. And so that made me even more excited about applying to the school. And like I just said, overall, I really enjoyed it. It was my first experience interviewing for a medical school, so I can't necessarily compare it to any other schools, but I will say that I look at interviews as an impression of the company or the school, and about how they're conducted and the person that they use to conduct the interview. So not only am I there to make an impression on them, I'm also there to get an impression of the school and how they operate. Like I said, I had a long list of questions from school amenities to the various administrations to year, how does it work? And I was very pleased by the fact that she was able to thoroughly answer all of my questions. She was able to provide me with resources to further the information about the questions that I had. And like I said, I just overall enjoyed the interview. And for me, it was easy because in the past few years, I've been doing a lot of interviewing for jobs. And just for the past year overall, I have been dedicated to this process of getting into medical school. So I've asked those questions to myself a million times. You know, why medicine? Why a physician? Why this particular school? What is it that you're looking to do in the field of medicine? You know, what have you experienced that, you know, makes you sure that you're ready for medical school? And honestly, I will probably make another video and kind of go over some questions that you should ask yourself, and maybe point out some resources that'll really help you determine if this is the route for you. Again, I'm still in the beginning stages, but I have been dedicated specifically to this process for about a year now, and I have not lost interest. Honestly, I'm even more excited than I was when I started out, and so I'm just looking forward to going through this process, and I'm looking forward to share it with you guys. So maybe I can kind of smooth some things out for you guys, because to me, it seemed like a really mysterious world. I seen people go to medical school, get out. I seen people start practicing, but I didn't know the ins and outs until I actually started to go on this process on my own. It's a lot of research that has to be done, and it's not just sit down and get all the information you need in one sitting. It is a constant a constant learning situation, and I love that. I love finding out something new, but sometimes I can say that it bothers me that I don't have all the details that I need up front, but that's okay though. So I'm learning more in the process, and as I learn, I'll definitely be sharing with you guys. So again, thank you for coming to check this video out. You guys just keep looking out. I will continue to put out more material. On my next video, I'm probably going to talk about my interview experience with St. George's. And until then, you guys just enjoy the content that I already have. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share, and of course, make sure you leave questions, comments. I will do my very best to get to everyone. I really want to know what you think about the information that I'm sharing with you and how you feel about it. And until then, I will see you guys later. Bye.